Oh, should I? She told me to be myself. I'm only in the course just to hear her accent, so I'm just going around and say hello to my little friend. Says my wife said, not tonight, dear. Anyways, everybody, is everybody excited about the warm weather here? Thanks for coming. Yes. The old guys are particularly excited. It means it's almost time to put on our Speedos and walk up and down the boardwalk. Well, I see we've got a good crowd here. This is a nice, healthy-looking crowd. I maybe can't say the same thing about the performers, but we're older and our faces have collapsed. But we're good people. We don't vandalize anything like Chris's son, and we're just doing our best here. And we're glad you came out to watch us lose our last scraps of dignity. Actually, I think I recognize some faces in the crowd. And I'm glad I can still recognize faces at my age. It means my mind hasn't deteriorated quite too much. I don't always associate the names. Oh, wait a minute. My wife's here. What's her name? And my child. What's his name? That's my daughter. My son, what's his name? Actually, you look at my kids, they're actually quite youthful looking. I got married rather late in life. It was kind of like gym class. I was the last pick. But they're great kids. I know they'd never, I'm grateful to have them. They're great. They'd never put me in a home. They can't really afford it. Actually, to tell you the truth, I put them in a home, my home. It's causing a little stress, but what can you do? No, I think intergenerational mixing is very important, you know. We older people, we can be very lonely and isolated. I know when I turned 60, that birthday, how irrelevant and ignored and shunned by society was. It was kind of like turning 18 again, actually. When I think about it. Anyway, as I say, yeah, if we can bring the generations together, you see, we could share our common experiences and deepen our humanity. I think is very important, especially in a lonely city like Toronto. You know, for a young man might see someone like me walking down the street with his sunken cheeks and hollow eyes and say, "Oh, what a pathetic sight that is. I bet he never has any sexual shenanigans." And he'd be right. But then I say, "Stop there, young man. Just stop there. There's more to old people than that. We like a good joke. Put down the smartphone. I'm talking to you, young man. I'm not here for your music. We like a good joke. We like a long story. We like a laugh. So if you pay attention, we might tell you a good story. It'll be a little rambling and incoherent like me, but if you wait long enough, the punchline could very well be worth it." That's why I'm really excited to be with the comedy. Martha's really enriched my life like that. You know, I was home alone just talking to the TV, and then wearing all this comedy. I came to love Martha. She's all I have in life. Plus the wife and kids, of course. Martha would never come. Yeah, I love those wife and kids. I gotta say that. Where was I? Anyway. Oh yes. Oh yeah, the comedy. That's right. I did enrich my life, right? And well, I got to tell you something. It's a lot better than the mall walking. Yeah, do you guys know what mall walking is? You do? Well, try to imagine the zombies from The Walking Dead having a glass of prune juice, putting some orthopedic shoes, and walking up and down the mall for exercise. Kind of sad, really. They're trying to actually, the lady there, the leader, she wants to kick me out of the mall walking group. She says, "Paul, you're not walking, you're just pacing. You're pacing up and down, making everyone nervous, like you commit a crime, like you're crazy." Well, I was going crazy. To tell you the truth, the whole mall walking thing kind of depressed me, you know. There had to be more to life than this, even if you're old. I mean, you've got to lower your expectations. I don't expect to ski in the Swiss Alps with a supermodel. Maybe go to a Swiss chalet with a supermodel. Enjoy a tasty quarter chicken dinner or something like that. Polite handshake. That's all. That's not too much to ask, is it? It's better than mall walk. Well, the other thing, you know, euchre and chair yoga. My God. That's why I am grateful to Martha. She mentored me and taught me the same way I imagine Ricardo Montalban mentored and taught her. I keep saying to her, rich Corinthian leather. She has no idea what I'm talking about. She puts up with a lot. I actually walked here. Speaking about walking, you get older and you have to admit it. Your reaction time slows. Your reflexes slow. You know, and you're driving the 401 of the Don Valley or whatever. You gotta merge. You gotta turn. You gotta speed up. You gotta slow down. It's hard. It's overwhelming. You can freeze up. I was in the car last month for the whole hour. People were honking and tailgating, like, rolling down the window. I came and say, "Move it, you old bastard! Move it!" So it's too much. I decided I'm not going to use those drive-thrus for my coffee anymore. Hard to decide. You look on a menu like that. It was quite humiliating. So I take the subway a lot too. But the thing about the subway is you got to keep your wits about you in the subway too. You need quick reflexes. You never know what's going to happen down there. You know, chaos sometimes is about to erupt there. And so you have to have rules. Stay back of the yellow line. If you see something, say something. Well, I've noticed there's people saying things, the kind of things you say after an enormous hit of acid or looking at toast skin. Doesn't have bad luck that way, maybe. You know, they're seeing this, and they're saying things. They're foaming at the mouth in 20 different languages. But there's the other rule too. Is I like this one. You must give up your seat to the elderly, the disabled, and pregnant women, and that's nice. I mean, if you're an elderly, pregnant, disabled person, imagine the kind of treatment you get. Foot massager and chocolates and stuff. I imagine what it's like if that happens to me. I actually gave my seat to someone, even though older. I mean, he wasn't older than me. He just looked distressed. I kind of felt bad for him. He looked like he was going through a midlife crisis. So I'm standing there holding the shop. So I said, "Why did you take this seat? Looks like you need it more than I do." You know, I don't think that helped his mental state. I think it made it worse. Maybe it was always mean to do that. I don't know. Old people. But I think the most important rules are the unwritten rules. Avoid eye contact with strangers on the subway premises. I made that mistake once. I heard this raucous laughter, loud and obnoxious laughter behind me. I just instinctively jerked my head. It's too late though. It was just a little jerk, but I made eye contact. So this group approaches me. They were aggressive. They were foul-mouthed. They were mean looking, and I could tell from their gang uniforms they were Catholic schoolgirls. So the leader approaches me. He says, "What you looking at, old man? What you looking at, old man?" Well, so I'm thinking, oh, the old thing, eh? Doesn't like old people. Well, to tell you the truth, when I was her age, I didn't really care for old people either. Actually, I don't care for them now with their socks, with their sandals, clogging up the escalators, and I don't have to change. I really couldn't believe it. So she's saying to me, "You got a problem, old man? You got a problem?" Well, that's a big mistake, because actually old people like to talk about their ailments. It was a huge mistake on her part. So I'm talking about there's corns on the bottom of my feet I can't get rid of, sleep apnea, sinus, the diarrhea thing was getting her upset. So I think that's actually making her angrier and angrier. Because she was fire in her eyes. Oh my God, this is it. This could be the end. I could be, I don't know, bludgeoned or suffocated or something. I don't know what to do. I'm finally gonna make the papers just as papers become obsolete. And then I thought about it, you know what? I mean, it's kind of a sad truth. People don't really care that much about the old people being killed. I mean, we're always getting hit at crosswalks, and it's just a little mention. Seniors struck at crosswalks. Make it worse, they reveal your true age. We're always getting hit at crosswalks. You step out your front door, you look up, you'll see seniors pinwheeling through the air. It's a huge crisis you don't even know about. They're all being hit at the crosswalks. The lights count down, 10, 9, 8. And that guy was, he's going to make it go airborne. It's horrible. You don't know what it's like. Anyway, so that's right. I'm telling you these things, and I'm facing imminent death. And I'm not really a brave person by any means. I mean, I thought, well, if I wet myself, I think it's because I'm cold. I'm old, not because I'm a coward. But I became suddenly, I don't know, very calm and meditative about it. I said to her, listen to me, young lady. I've been married 20 years. There's nothing you can do that frighten or scare me, believe me. I mean, this is completely senseless. You don't attack an old man in the subway. Go home, scam him out of his money, but go through the phone or something like that. Anyway, I'm going to be dead soon. Just be patient. Wait it out. I'll just drop dead. Why are you going to kill me? It just doesn't make sense. You know who you should? I think if you really want to get somebody, you should attack that young couple with the screaming toddler over there. They've got their whole life ahead of them. Plus, that toddler's kind of annoying. Yeah, you'll be all over social media. You'll be on Netflix, at least a podcast. Now I'm really getting going. I'm really getting that intergenerational communication, that bonding that I was talking about. I'm saying, listen, your problem is you're young and your frontal lobe is not fully developed, so you're impulsive. My problem is I'm old and my frontal lobe is disintegrating. So let's get together. Let's find some common ground here. Let's have some peace and love. You know, it's Seniors Day at Shoppers Drug Mart. I'll get some discounted drugs. You young people like drugs, don't you? And soda pop. I like soda pop and drugs. I can give you that. Let's get some love going in there. Old people say so. You didn't even know what soda pop was, that poor thing. Well, I don't know if it was my eloquence or my passion or the fact that I was foaming in the mouth, but their whole attitude began to change and they were backing away. They seemed more subdued. I think I got through to them. I just think they weren't expecting it. And there's a lot of things you can't expect on the subway. I wasn't expecting that little toddler to come over and try and shank me, I'll tell you. Anyway, thanks for coming out here. And,